how big of a delta would you be comfortable? Because like there is some psychological to this. Like you offer somebody, 300,000, you're going to try and negotiate them down 50,000. Like that just may not be something that like you kind of set a bar with a seller, especially if they're not a seasoned investor type of thing where they understand the game. So like how big of a delta would you be comfortable, going with to get it on the hook, quote unquote, and then negotiate down from? And I know it's going to be different depending on obviously the size of the deal, but I'd love some more insight on that.
Yeah, great question. My rule of thumb, and again, guys, I'm a very unconventional investor. I don't know how I got to where I got. I use these like really quirky rule of thumbs that have just helped me out a lot. I'm sure there's a science somewhere here, but my short answer is I go as high as I'm going to pay in closing costs. So let's say my closing costs are going to be 10 grand. I'm going to offer 10 grand over. And then my goal is going to be to not pay anything in closing costs. And then that would mean that, I could negotiate that much off the purchase price. That's one strategy that I've used for my single family homes here in Nashville. And then the next one that I might do is I might offer over just my cash flow for 1 year. So I really don't want to lose a property. I know that I'm going to cash flow in Nashville, for example, $10,000 a year on one single family home. So I'm willing to lose 1 year's worth of cash flow because I know I'm going to hold the property for 30 years. So it's like those little quirky rule of thumb. Again, I know my market like the back of my hand though. So I would find out what works for you across the board, because what you don't want to be doing is making decisions on emotion. You want to be doing decisions based on like math that works for you in your area. So to answer your question, how much would I offer over? It depends on your market. For example, Diego and Andres, they're offering $100,000 over over value on properties because they know that the market's going to catch up pretty soon. So Lindsay, to answer your question, it really depends on your market, how much you want to offer over. But for me, those are my two things that I'm doing, but definitely talk to your realtor. They're going to be there you are. They're going to be your gatekeeper to find out exactly what's like fair going on with the market. They're going to be very, very in touch with the market. So finding a great realtor investor is going to be key. Let me ask you, where are you investing at?
Kind of all over. So Kansas City and St. Joseph, Missouri,
Okay.
Murray, Kentucky, and
Okay.
Lyman, Colorado.
Okay, great. So so in each market, I would talk to the realtor that you're using in that market and say, hey, like, what are people getting in this area? And your realtor should know, what are people locking up deals for? And then renegotiating the price from there. And then my best negotiating tool is the inspection report, because I send it to the other realtor, whether they like it or not. Now, whether they open it is up to them. But once they open it, they're screwed, because then they have to like tell other people that they saw it, their fiduciary duty of some sort. And then I use that as a negotiating tool. My goal is always to not bring anything to the table to closing.
Okay. I need to learn to negotiate harder.
Oh my gosh. I apologize to realtors because I have yet to find one that likes me after I close a deal. I am cutthroat and I don't really care about so I care about my realtors a lot and I have a passion for them, but I don't care to save a face. If that makes a lot of them will be like, well, I don't want to do that because, they're thinking this person is not going to want to work with them in the future, which is not really my problem. My problem is I got to bring money to the table. So, I mean, look, if you want to work with me, great. I'm going to make you a ton of money, but we're probably not going to be the most popular investor out there.
You're not making friends, you're making money.
Yeah, I am not making friends with my realtors. I make the money though.
Thank you.
Yeah. Negotiating is huge. I mean, a lot of people, I think naturally as humans, we try to people please. I don't know if you guys, but I know that when I first started, I was really about like, I want to people please. I want everyone to like me. And then I found out that I was the only one bringing money to the closing table. And I was like, everyone else is getting paid. Yeah, I get the house, but I see the list. I'm like, everyone's getting paid. And I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. So I don't know. I think every investor eventually gets to that point where they're like, look, man, there's no hard feelings here, but I got enough friends. I'm trying to I'm trying to build this portfolio.